How you doing? Did you smile today? Hey, did you smile today? Hey, did you smile today? How you doing? So today I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways on how I install these. I know 4 different ways, but I just really stick to only one way. So this is the hair that I use. This is how it looks. It's spring hair. These are spring twists. There are like so many different types of twists.
Spring twist, passion twist, Havana twist, kinky twist.
Okay.
But these are spring twists mainly because every style of twist has something like different to them. So these are called spring twists because these are like actually really long and they just spring back up. So the company that I ordered from is Beyond Beauty. I have everything linked down below. It is spring hair in the color T1B/30. So this is actually the 3rd time that I've installed these by myself. So I pretty much know what I'm doing. So first you take your strand. Some people like to just use it as is. I've never done that before. Usually I stretch it. You can stretch it 2 different ways. You can like wrap it around and just keep pulling it and it'll start to like separate and like frizz up a little bit, or you can do it my way, which is kind of ghetto. So I would take something like this wooden table or like the edge of my bed, and I'll take the strands, put it around and start to do this. I do this back and forth motion and it really floofs the hair out. Also, make sure that your braiding hair is clean. Braiding hair tends to have this like chemical around it to preserve it. And if you have like tendency to have a dry scalp, if whenever you get braids done or twists done, your hair is like itchy, it's because that chemical is seeping into your scalp. So make sure that you wash it, especially if you pick braiding hair that is dyed a different color. Sometimes companies mess with the dye and you do not want any of that dye to seep into your hair. So if you wash it, then you'll know. So this is how the hair looks after I saw it, pretty much. So I usually go in the middle and I pull it apart, and for me these are 2 separate strands. So this is one. For me it works. I use pretty small sections, but it depends on like your hair thickness, how big your sections are, and things like that, for how many pieces that you need. Because when you order this braiding hair, it comes in 3 packs and I only use 1 pack per style. So this is all 1 pack of hair, and this is my last 2 that I'm about to do for you guys. So the first style I'm going to show you is the crocheting method. So I'm going to take this twist out. I'm going to dampen it with some water. I personally feel like for spring twists you don't need to have blow dried hair. So for this style I use the Dove Amplified Textures Moisture Log leave-in conditioner. I told y'all that I like this leave-in conditioner. I used it while I was parting my hair prior. So I'm going to use the Carol's Daughter Coco Creme Coil Enhancing Moisture Butter because this will keep my hair moisturized. So I will be keeping these in for a full month. Usually when I do protective styles I try to keep them in for a full month. So y'all gonna see these for about a month until it's time to take them out. This is a very thick but moisturizing butter, so I'm really working it into my hair. Now this is really a choice to me, but I'm using the Murray's Edgewax Extreme Hold to mold this down. Now edge control or any Edgewax, I think it's really a preference for some people. I personally don't care if my roots look a little puffy. I feel like it looks a little bit more natural that way. But for the front perimeter I have been using this Edgewax. So for the crocheting method you do want to use a little black rubber bands. You can use clear if you want to. This cup has some oil in it. I've seen people dip their rubber bands in oil before. I'm not really sure how the oil fully prevents breakage, but it's a good safe precaution. So I tie it around, tighten a little bit, and this is how it looks. I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see. Yeah, we're getting close today. So I take them braiding hair. I try to find the center of it, which is right here. I take some of the cocoa cream and I put it directly on the center, partially so I remember where the center is, and partially because I feel like it kind of works in helping keep my roots moisturized. So this is a crocheting hook you can find at your local beauty supply store or on Amazon. So what I'm gonna do is make sure the latch is closed and slide it right under the rubber band. Make sure the latch is open. Take the braiding hair, make sure the latch is open, slide it onto the hook, close the latch, and slide the braiding hair through, holding one end. Open the latch, unhook it, grab the loop, and slide one piece over. And I got 2 pieces on both sides. It's nice and secure. Take my hair, split it into 2, and twist all the way down. And this is how the twist is looking. If your hair tends to stick out your twist or your braids, then you can take a little edge wax or a little edge control and smooth the ends of your hair where it'll stick out to really have it mold to the twist. So this is the first method. I do recommend using black rubber bands so that you can't see it. And to take it out, you simply untwist, and once your hair is untwisted, you can just slide it out. And taking out the rubber band, I like to find a piece of the rubber band like that. Make sure it's as far away from my hair as possible. Take the scissors and not even like cut it. I like to just let the scissors just touch it because they're so sharp and slide the rubber band out. If you can't get the rubber band out with your fingers, then you can use a rat tail comb and like stick the tail of it under the rubber band and snip it that way. All right, so the next method is pretty much the twisting method. So you take the hair, after you split your hair into two, you take the hair and you put like directly in the middle, and then starting with my right hand, I'm going to twist to the right, trying to keep it as tight as I can to the root, and with my left hand I'm going to be twisting to the left. And when I think it's tight enough, I'm going to twist to the left with both strands. And this is how the twist is looking. It's nice and secure. This method really takes some practice, honestly. And to take it out, you just simply untwist your hair. If you feel some tension while you're twisting, it's best if you have some type of clip and you can like clip it right at the root so your hair doesn't start twisting while you're twisting down. All right, so the third method is basically like a knotless braid, is a feed-in method. So what you want to do, please do not judge my grip game. What you want to do is start a cornrow. I'm not the best at it, so I'm not gonna get too close. I'm gonna take a small section from the top, split it into threes, and I'm gonna start braiding slash corn rolling slash, please do not judge me, down. Every time that I get to my right hand, I pick up a small piece from the bunch until there's no more. And once there's no more and I'm back to about to move this over here, I'm going to take the braiding hair, put it behind the braid, like where my forehead is, and put it on like this so it looks like that. This is the first leg. The second leg has nothing. The third leg has the other side. I'm going to move this over to the front, over, 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 and once this piece is back in the center, I'm going to split it in half and start twisting down. Is this the proper way to feed in braid? Probably not, but this is the best way that I understood it. And this is how the twist looks. Very floppy, very loose. Can I say the spring twists are very light? So if you are sensitive, because braiding hair for like box braids tend to have like some weight on it, this feels light. Like this feels like nothing. If you're what we call tender-headed, like to the extreme, then I would suggest doing a feed-in style for your spring twists. They're very floppy. And the last way to do it, which is basically the way that I did it for my entire head, is to do a simple braid. I take the braiding hair, so you can, I put it on top of my hair, and you can start braiding like this, but personally I like to split this into two, because when I first tried to do this, a lot of these kept slipping as the new growth came in. So splitting this into two will like really ensure that the braid is in tight and it won't start slipping and sliding everywhere. So I split into two. I take the braiding hair, I put it directly on top of my hair. So this is the first strand, this is the second, this is the third. I lift this up, tuck this under, pull this really tight because grip game ain't strong. Don't judge my grip. So I push this up to make sure it's just tight. I pinch this, take the first strand, go under the third strand, which is now the middle piece. Make sure I'm still pushing right here with my nails to make sure that it's tight to the root as I can. Take this strand, I go under again, go under again, and once this is back in the middle, I put it to the right strand and I start to twist all the way down. It's coming down on me. Now when I get to the ends, this is how the ends are looking, very raggedy. So I take just a dab of the cocoa cream and I coil it around my finger just like how you would do it with a regular twist. And once I start to like how that coil is looking, it looks like this. So it's very still straggly and raggedy. So I take my scissors and I snip, coil some more, let it go, and bam!
Stop! I could have dropped my croissant!
This is how it's looking. Now I only have one more twist left, so let's speed this up. It's coming down on me. Rain on me. is the end of this video. My spring twists are done. All this white residue will soak into my hair and go away soon. I do plan on keeping these in for an entire month. Everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below. I really hope that I explained this right. Let me know in the comments if I did or did not, or if you need me to clarify on something. I have a video linked up here when I showed you guys how to do my box braids. And yeah, this is the end of this video. Give it a thumbs up, a like, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.